Hello, my name is Darian, and today I'm here with
Jessica Matos.
And this is the Showtime Podcast.
Jazz hands. Sorry. I had to do jazz hands for Showtime.
Okay, so what is it that you do?
Oh, I am the assistant director at Moore Memorial Public Library here in Texas City. Now, I think that is Showtime though, but I was previously a music teacher.
Where did you teach?
I taught in HISD in Houston Independent School District, and for Harmony Public Schools, I taught choir, elementary music, the whole 9 yards.
How long did you teach for?
6 years, and it was great fun.
Did you live in Houston at the time?
Oh, I still live in Houston at the time. And we have a great drive down here. It's wonderful. But we're planning on moving to Texas City because I love it. It's great.
What made you want to work at the library?
So as I was teaching, I really, really enjoyed it, but it was a lot of, if you're in music and you're teaching, and if you're a performer or teaching, it is a roller coaster of emotions. You're doing really, really, really good, and then sometimes everything crashes. And I was like, I need something a little bit more even keel for myself and for my own mental health, and I made a list of what am I good at, what do I enjoy doing, and the library was really number one, because it's not just about books and such nowadays. It's really about community and public service. And so I went from something I love, which of course is music and all things music, and especially vocal music. And I was trying to find something else that I really enjoy that was a little bit more even keel every day, and library was it.
How long have you been working at the library?
Here I have been, this is year 5 at the Texas City Library, and it's been great. We went through a renovation, we went through COVID, and now we're having a fantastic summer, and so it's the library here has been fantastic.
Within the 5 years of working at the library, what kind of changes have you seen?
Oh my gosh, so I want to mention the biggest one right now. Well, not biggest, but one of the things we have right now is we became a family place library. And with that, we got a grant to change our space up a little bit in children's to do a lot of toys for ages 0 to 3. And to engage early literacy and early learning for that age group. So we've got costumes now and all these little toys and puppets and a little kitchen, and they're going to be doing a lot of programming for parents and their children together, and involving a whole bunch of different things. I know one of those programs is going to be a music program, so they're going to be with the little children and them and little xylophones and shakers and drums and all kinds of things. So that's super exciting. So that's brand new. Other changes here at the library, of course, I've been here for the renovation, so we completely changed the space. I don't know, were you in there? Have you been there before the renovation?
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember how dark it was. And
I don't remember what it looked like.
Well, there was this huge wall in front of the children's department, and as soon as we got rid of that wall and put in the bench, the sun is shining in. We changed how the shelves are, and so there's sun coming in from the side. We've got fancy seating. There used to not be places, lots of places for people to charge their devices, and now you can charge everywhere. And then there's also, while you can't come in and have meals and such in the library, we do have in the lobby, you can now have snacks and some drinks in the front, whereas before that was no, don't come in here with any drinks or any snacks, but now there's a place for that. So that was a huge change as well, and that was pretty exciting. Well, at least I think so. So yeah. Well, I was going to ask you a question because I know we've talked before.
You can. Oh, yeah.
I know we talked before in a name podcast and stuff with Showtime, and we talked about show choir, and I meant to ask you about, because I'm not, as we mentioned before, I don't know show choir. I know classical music, so opera. I love music theater. I think you liked music theater as well.
Yes.
Well, I was going to ask you, though, for show choir, how when you sing, like, how do they talk to you about your projection? Do y'all wear microphones, or how does that work?
You know, like those hanging microphones on stages?
Okay.
There's those, and that's all we have. We don't have our own personal microphones and all that. So we project our voices when we sing and dance, and it takes a lot of work.
Okay. I was curious because I know for classical singing, it's all about, you have to sit up straight and your shoulders back. I had a teacher who used to come by, and this is college. They'd probably get in trouble now, but who would grab my hair and pull back. And I had a ponytail, and they would grab your hair and pull back because I would walk with my chin forward, and you're always supposed to be up and then project from, everyone says sing from your diaphragm and things like that. But I didn't know how different that was for show choir and for while you're moving.
Yeah, and you've got to have a strong core.
Okay, so those muscles, do they encourage exercise?
Yes. Yes, they do.
And such. Yes, my voice teachers always were like, you should do tennis or run or things like that. And I was like, sure. Yes, I'll do that.
Not currently, but a while ago, like maybe 3 years ago, the choir teacher we used to have at the high school for show choir, she would make them run around the track while singing. Like,
really?
Literally just jogging around the track.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, no, I would be hyperventilating.
Yeah.
As it is, I've had... So I'm, taking a deep breath and expanding that way. But I had a friend who taught me to play flute, or not the whole flute, it's like a scale on the flute. Have you played any wind instruments?
No.
So with the flute, though, your embouchure, your mouth has to be so small and has to blow in there, and you're blowing in this tiny space. And so what happens, you have to blow a lot to do that. And so as you're doing a scale, you're using so much oxygen that until you're used to it, you get lightheaded. And I had to sit down, and black spots were coming in front of my face, and put my head down. And I've had friends faint. I don't know, have you had people faint during show choir? I've had friends faint during choir performance.
They tell us we will if we lock our knees, but no one ever has.
They're not lying.
Yeah.
You will faint if you lock your knees. They also tell that to military people who stand at attention.
Yeah.
If they lock their knees, the same thing. It's when you're in a performance with 150 singers and the one person in the middle faints, it's an interesting experience. And such. But what was it? We were talking to oxygen with the flutes. Yeah. But yeah, for breathing and expanding your breath, that is probably the most hardcore I've gotten, but not running while singing. We've had to lift things while singing. I didn't ask. What part do you sing? Like high?
I sing soprano. Sometimes it'll be like soprano 1 or soprano 2, but soprano in general.
Nice. I as well am a soprano. And so as you're going for, this made me think, as you're going for the higher notes, one of the things if you're having an issue with going up is lifting an item while you're practicing, because all of a sudden you're not thinking of your throat and stuff. You're thinking of, I'm lifting an item, and you might be able to relax these throat muscles and reach those while you're practicing. So, so lifting items, and there's a whole bunch of other cool things like that. But, I would love if you ever have any tips or anything like that, just come see me at the library, because they'll be like, you need your scales? All right, you should be doing this, and you should be doing that. And I love, I've had a couple of patrons come into the library who are looking at music theory or things like that, and be like, hey, yes, you should do this and such. But because I know you're doing solo and ensemble coming up this year.
Yes.
And you'll have to choose. You should bring your list, and I'll help you choose a song, and then you'd be like, you're too biased, Jessica. I'll make you pick the hardest one.
I know.
And such. So, but solo and ensemble. And then I definitely have some sight reading tips if you have to do all of those. But that's any kind of questions with regular vocal singing. Now, if it's show choir stuff, I have no idea. I can't dance to save my life.
Oh. Well, that is all for the Showtime Podcast.
Jess hands.